This is called There's an Oil Slick in My Coffee. There's an oil slick in my coffee and lipstick on my cup. If there's any way to treat a man, it's come Texas in a truck. Well, I got troubles on my mind, more than most people ever seen. There's an oil slick in my coffee and it's floating on the cream. Old ladies turned to Jesus, my kids have turned to LSD. I'm sitting here in this truck stop with no one to pray for me. Well, I took a handful of bennies, Lord, I washed them down real quick. They were pretty hard to swallow because of that goddamn oil slick. Went back out to my semi-truck and I headed her down the road. I was pushing into overdrive, I was carrying a heavy load. Well, I thought about my troubles, Lord, it nearly made me sick. I thought about my coffee cup and that gall darn oil slick. Sometimes it's so difficult for a man to lead a life. Drugs have took my children and Jesus took my wife. You can take your velvet Bibles, you can take what was my home. Take this westbound highway and I'll make this life my own. Well, I drunk my share of coffee. And there's so many truck stops that I've been. Every time I raise my cup, that oil slick is there again. There's an oil slick in my coffee and lipstick on my cup. If there's any way to treat a man, it's come Texas in a truck. Well, I got troubles on my mind, more than most people ever seen, except maybe Steve Werner. There's an oil slick in my coffee and it's floating on the cream. There's an oil slick in my coffee and it's floating on